Hello, everyone, and welcome back to All Things Real Time, where I'm as always joined by my good friend Lorenzo. No,
Hello,
I'm just
hello,
kidding.
I mean, we had to do it,
We
right?
had to do
We had
it.
to give the shout out.
We are here at EPIC43 with Intel, Overclockers, and Asus ROG for our last series of the day before we move to the stage for our grand stage finals.
Big one. It's
The-
gonna be amazing.
the
But
big
before
kahuna.
then, you have to see who's gonna step up to the challenge and challenge Geralt for the throne.
This is it. This is a look at the bracket. So Geralt has run through Mix, 3-0 Patimac, 3-0 RIskY. That knocks RIskY down to the lower bracket. Iba been a bit of a lower bracket warrior himself, and knocking out Lorenzo 2-0. Sorry, buddy. 2-0 against Patimac, 2-0 against Zane. And now in this best of 5 in the lower bracket, we're going to decide, as you said, who's going to go up to face Geralt in the grand final. How are you feeling? Who do you think's favoured? Who do you think's got it?
Okay, so this is a best of 5, right? Because okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Now, historically, RIskY has done very well against Iba, but you have to understand that Iba is a player that adapts very quickly. The longer the series goes, the more experience he gets against RIskY specifically, the better his odds. I feel like we are at a tipping point where we might actually start seeing Iba winning more consistently. So actually, I'm gonna go for Iba 3-2 here. As a prediction.
3-2 is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm then going to have to play the other one, all right, because we can't draw. That's pointless. I'm going to say RIskY 3-2. I think RIskY has a little bit more tournament experience. He's better, in my eyes, of playing like a longer series where, you know, when you load into a ladder game, you have pretty limited information, especially if you're like against the barcode. When you're playing someone that you've seen play a lot, when you've played against them a lot, you start to get more kind of thoughts about them, more data on them, and I think RIskY is really good at adapting to that.
Yeah, the tournament experience is really important, and it's like it really shows. If you go back and look at the brackets, some of the matchups were decided more than by the sheer experience of the player compared to just like pure mechanical skill, which was very interesting. We saw a lot of upsets this tournament actually, a lot of really nice games.
Some really good
happened.
games. I'm really happy for RIskY. I'm sad for the people he beat, obviously. They're my friends too. I'm really happy for RIskY. He often comes and says about how well he's feeling, how well he knows he can play, and then when the series don't go his way, he's always like, I know I can do better. And it's always nice to see somebody that thinks that way, like achieve to a level they're happy with. And
eventually,
he says, I'm happy now.
This time was a really good run by RIskY. Very impressive run. Nobody, I think, could have called it before the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, obviously we do the seeding, and then there's that little number. Yeah. And anyone that outperforms their seeding is really impressive. Lorenzo, I believe you've outperformed your seeding.
Yes, I have outperformed. I did believe in it myself either, to be fair. I've done slightly better than my seeding, would suggest.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. And more importantly, there is a nice possibility here of bragging, because so far in this tournament, Geralt is undefeated, except he lost one map to me. That's the only map he lost so far. And if Geralt 4-0s the grand finals, which obviously hope it doesn't happen, because we want a cool grand finals. But then, you know,
if it does happen,
I mean, I'm just saying I might be the best GVP player in the world.
Maybe the one guy that took a game off of Geralt. Do you think it's like David and Goliath thing? But like instead of using the sling and shooting the stone and killing him, you just like slightly annoy him a little bit.
Have you seen the game?
No, what did you play actually? I don't know if I remember.
It's so bad. I played proxy actually. Except
he knew
saw
immediately.
The drone,
he saw the drone and
while
he
he was
the
going.
Yeah.
Like, he scouted it. It didn't like usually say, well, it's better if they scouted immediately, as if you put down the hatch. He scouted it before I put down the hatch. He saw the drone coming. Like,
yeah, I mean, some people would see that and say that that means that your race is overpowered. Your cheese is too strong.
I feel that actually helped me. Because once this happens, like you start getting, okay, I've done it. Like I know what's coming. I'm done. Like I'm gonna win this stuff, and then it's easier to like do a stupid mistake and lose anyway.
That's for sure. I do wonder. Sorry, I'm just
we are
multitasking.
We are checking.
We've had this bug all day. You'll finally see this first person. I can't actually join any lobbies from this PC. No one can join any lobbies from this PC.
Yeah, I've noticed that there were some problems like that.
Yeah, I think we needed to start this PC, but we've never really had enough downtime to actually do it.
This is like a good thing about the experience of being live, so that we cannot fix these things in time. We actually have to cast the games one after the other. I've been asked, like you know, everyone's like, oh, Lorimbo, you have to cast, you have to cast, you have to cast. So I'm most requested cast ever. I want to brag. I want to non-stop brag. Make sure to subscribe to All Things Real Time on YouTube.
Maybe we should sponsor an Epic LAN.
With one money. The one we don't have.
Yeah, okay, good
Can we sponsor it with like Goodwill or something? Is that fine?
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. I'll just pull in all my favorites.
Yeah, sponsored by Heart and Lorimbo.
Yeah, it's just our faces.
Yeah, they gave us like goodwill and good luck.
There we go. We're loading into Oceanborn at long last. I did apologize to the players and wish them good luck, have fun, and they said it's not a problem and good luck, have fun back. So
okay.
There's no love lost. We're all friends. It's all fine. Spawning in the bottom right of Oceanborn Ladder Edition, playing in the pink Zerg. He's been playing pink all day.
Really? Yeah. Is this pink or is this? No, it is pink.
I'm colorblind. Shut up. It's RIskY.
No, it is pink. You're right. I thought it was violet.
Don't gaslight me.
And the top left corner, we have the monster, the young prodigy, the fastest growing Zerg ever, Eva.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
All right.
Okay,
so
no 12 pools, no 13-12s. Not even a 17-16 yet.
In fact, we have to say to our viewers, because we know those players, 12 pool is a real possibility in this game. It has been played historically a lot in this matchup, which has happened, I feel like, quite a number of times at this point.
Maybe more often at Epic LAN as well. I feel like there's a disproportionate number of 12 pools and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like in general, 12 pool is a thing in ZVZ, but at Epic LAN it seems to be always particularly popular for some reason. But this time we didn't see it. After all, the map is also not great for it. It's a bit on the long side. I wonder what the bans were like, the vetoes were like. Probably the weird maps. So far everything is completely even and completely standard.
As you said, so far the meta has been to ban like the weird maps that no one really wants to play. So like
the gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, it's been. I'm even forgetting their names. 'Cause I haven't played them for so long.
Ghost River is
Ghost River's always gone. Post-Youth is gone. Dynasty is the one that's gone.
And then often Crimson Court or Amphion, depending how the players are feeling. Those have been the most banned map.
But we've said this so many times. It's like everyone always has this idea like, oh, they should put the really creative maps in. That'd be so cool. And then every time they do it, pros just ban them and no one plays them. And we're like, oh, we'll just play the normal maps.
Because we like consistency. There are very little good players or pro players that like gambling. It's not very popular.
And we're kind of seeing that here now because they're literally playing like mirror builds. They're both doing like exactly the same thing as the other player is doing.
Now the spotlight here should be on RIskY, because I feel like out of the two players, he's the one that has shown the most variety of builds, especially in this matchup. So I've seen some 2-base, some 3-base, some like all-in, some macro, some muta, a bit of everything really can play. So there's gonna be like a more interesting approach to watch from him compared to Iba, who tends to be a more standard-ish player. And this is also the reason why I said like I feel like there's a tipping point. Whereas the standard-ish player, you learn enough about like your opponent that you can consistently beat them. Third is gonna go down for both players, and we're gonna move in the middle stages of the game. Link speed is gonna be finished somewhat soon.
Yeah, but it's not like a super fast timing from either player. We do have a Bane Nest. Is this hidden in the back? No. Put it at the front.
250 Bane Nest.
Put it at the front means that it's like a telegraphed defensive Bane Nest.
Yeah.
If you like hide it in the back somewhere, it's like, oh, this is a sneaky aggro Bane Nest, like canonically.
Roche Bane. I'm actually surprised because RIskY here is deciding to skip his Bane Nest. It's gonna go for what is called like a 40 Bane Nest, in which you make more links early on, and then you make your Bane Nest about now at 40 supply, I suppose. But he's not getting it. He's instead getting a very early Roach Warren. Now, dear viewers, this is actually a bit risky, because if Iba decides to commit to the pressure more heavily, RIskY could be in quite a lot of trouble.
Mass Lings against with no Banes. Max Lings, no Banes against someone who has Banes.
But he's not quite building mass links, but
he's got quite a few, and he's going to get a good amount of pressure in. Even making Banes in good time, I think he should be pretty safe. Yeah,
now if I'm Iba here, I feel like it's very hard to actually go across. So it's so uncommon for your opponent to skip Bane Nest. I'm not sure if he actually scouted it. He might not have scouted it. That might be the reason behind RIskY's decision.
Yeah, I can check, but I don't really want to while there's so much action going on here at the front.
It's skirmish.
Double check. Yeah, so we didn't see the Roach Warren, didn't see any kind of Bane Nest or tech like that.
Yeah.
He kind of made Lings in a good time, so he had these like ready, and I don't really know why he made them, except from like to be
it's pretty
safe.
Standard.
Yeah.
No, because worst case scenario, you pressure across the map, and they also have to make links, so it's fine. Especially if you have a Bane Nest. You're kind of chilling. It's like this is more or less how every ZVZ works.
Yeah.
you can skip the links.
Yeah. But then you might die sometimes.
But then you die to this.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But then it's like everyone has to do that then to not. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy at some point. Ooh, nice pull away from RIskY.
Yeah, decent.
Glad we sorted out all the network issues earlier today. Let's get a good scout. Is this the Serral scout, where Serral always gets 2 lanes in the main?
Yeah, this is actually really bad for EBA. One of the most important things about this matchup is getting consistent scouting. You're not really supposed to get that much scouting. He made a bunch of roaches. And
I didn't notice these come out actually. These feel like a very odd timing.
I think he was gonna try to play like a weird in-between timing, but decided to not do it because it was scouted too early and didn't have enough links. So I feel like this is what like I was talking about before, where like RIskY has a bunch of this weird 40 to 50-ish drone attacks.
Yeah. And like it's not a real timing, you can just kind of make random units and try and get damage with them.
EBA is gonna try to pressure. There are 2 bangs, but they are not gonna connect on the drones, instead choosing to like attack a queen. It does get
the morphing range. Yeah. He was floating a lot, he's still floating a lot. He feels to me very indecisive.
Yeah,
and he's like adding drones and he's like, not really on enough gas just yet maybe.
Yeah, this spine like is, makes sense. Is a bit worried about what exactly is going on the other side of the map. But as far as like actual macro goes, it's not in a bad position at all. The worker count looks fine. Tech-wise, is actually also fine.
He's down quite a lot. He was just kind of, like you said, I think a bit confused, and that kind of slowed his droning a little bit.
All of his drones finished, they finished later.
Yeah, I mean, he's still going to be down, but it's like...
Yeah, but this is fine, because you don't really mind too much in ZX. There is a tipping point where you just immediately win. Your opponent has too many more workers than you. I feel like this is like ideal for RIskY, but not a big deal at all.
It went RIskY's way, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he just kind of, like you said, did this kind of random timing, like I'm going to make units to see if I get value out of them, sent them across the map, didn't get anything, but he did like force a bit of an overreaction. Eva didn't make too many units, but obviously we saw that spine coming down. He was kind of delaying his own droning. He's going to obviously like even out, but it does mean that RIskY had like maybe a few seconds of mining a few more
Actually,
workers.
I think the more important thing here that EBA needs to be careful about is the +1 and roach speed timing that just finished for RIskY is gonna be quite hard to hold, especially that +1, right? EBA is lacking off, and I think that's actually the biggest advantage that RIskY got in that early game, managing to delay those crucial upgrades. This supply block is also so bad for EBA, who's now gonna find himself trying to defend a fort. I'm not sure if he can.
Sack it, but this puts RIskY in a really good spot because he's going to be playing.
There's a lot of roaches by EBA. I don't think it's
unupgraded, even without roach speed, is a bit rough.
Yeah, his Ravagers weren't online yet, so he had to cancel. Not the end of the war, but definitely not the position we want to be in. His +2 is also going to be late, and he's forgetting it, it looks like. So this is going to be very influential later on. I think he's going to go... Does he only have one Evo?
No, he's adding it now.
Oh no, he does have 2, he just forgot
he started Carapace a little bit earlier. RIskY going for pneumatized Carapace, this is Overlord speed.
I don't like this position at all for EBA.
Overlord drops, but I don't think we will get to Overlord drops. It looks like RIskY's pushing the advantage.
Yeah, EBA decided to like kind of engage in a very bad way. There was... RIskY was pre-positioned in a conclave, and EBA decided to attack into it. So not exactly the greatest... decision here from our young Zerg player.
I think this force is going to cancel it again. We start to see now RIskY is actually maxed. I don't really know how this has happened.
Yeah, the last fight was really bad.
Yeah, but still, only 600 minerals and a few hundred gas different.
Yeah, but
I suppose in a mirror like this, with having a fourth up for just that little bit longer for RIskY, it really snowballs and helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, the fourth is paying off. The one fight was fairly decent. It's like... And also that supply block was also not great for EBA.
Do you think RIskY techs, or does he just end it here? He's going to dive on now.
I don't like this for RIskY either, but he's going to go through anyway. Like, it's actually going to work.
It smells blood in the water for sure, so he's going to push his advantage while he's got it.
Yeah.
Do you think EBA can repel, or is this over?
I think EBA actually defends it. Or it's very close.
Maybe if he pulled drones a little bit earlier, it might have been a better call. At the moment now, he's going to be on top of the... Yeah, and now he has to pull too late.
It's actually way... No, I think like... This is way closer than it looks.
He lost 5 workers though, and they're workers he can't really afford to lose. He's still going to be down a base.
Yeah, the problem is going to be like, now the second attack is going to kill him.
Yeah. Well, +2 attack just finished for RIskY, so his next
but +1 Carapace did for EBA too.
Yeah.
And
but it just equalized the advantage. It was already like, there was a slight advantage upgrades for EBA. Now there isn't. I think he maybe clicked on a roach and realized that the upgrade had not gone his way that time. quick 1-0 for EPIC.
Absolutely. I feel like this is like the advantage of the earlier fort and having a more consistent eco throughout the game. Really showed this power at the very end. Because at that fight, I'm not sure I would have taken it if I were in RIskY's position. That looked sketchy to me, but it did work out, so you can really see that.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because we can see everything, and we're not convinced on the fight.
Yeah.
But when you're in the game and you see half of everything, you're very like, I feel like I'm not in a good spot. So we are going to make game 2. EPIC has just asked for a quick break.
Oh.
So we are going to have to fill more time, also known as the All Things Real Time podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure, dear viewer, once again to subscribe to All Things Real Time on YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like are we gonna get banned from Epic Land forever for doing this?
I've said quite a lot of stuff on Epic Land podcast. I feel like it's as long as no one listens and no one.
Yeah, but now we have 400 viewers, or like something insane like that. I saw last time. Well, oh no. Wait, are those really the maps that they chose to play? Post-Youth, Amphion, and Ghost River went through.
How did we do this? So game 1 was Oceanborn, right?
Yeah.
That's a fine map. That's a normal map. Game 2 is Site Delta. And then I've just been told that game 3 is Post-Youth, which is one of the maps that we said was weird. Yeah. Game 4 is Ghost River, which is like the shortest rush distance map in the pool.
that one is not that bad in ZVZ, but it's like a sketchy map because of cheeses.
12 pools, 13, 12, a kind of meta. 5th map is going to be Amphion.
Now Amphion is... I don't know, Amphion is Amphion, bro. It's like...
It's okay in the mirror as well, isn't it?
No,
I just don't want to play ZVT on it.
The problem is like you don't know where your opponent takes your third. It's so much harder to scout. Mudas are a thing.
Yeah.
It's a very sketchy map because one of those maps, because there is similar to Crimson Court, but Crimson Court is a bit easier to scout what's actually going on. Amphion can legitimately be really hard.
Yeah.
And also there is obviously the potential of cheeses through the mineral ones on the left side.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of potential for weirdness. I cannot believe I went through. Who banned Golden Aura here and Alcyon? How did those get banned?
I mean, we've got time to kill, so we can ask who banned Golden and who banned... What's the other one? Alcyone?
Alcyone, yeah. Alcyon.
How do you say it? Okay, I asked Zane how he says it. He says you told him to say it some way. I'm asking you... How do you say it?
I say it like 3 different ways every time, so I don't know which one I could have possibly told Zane is the correct one. RIskY banned both of them. No way. It's really playing to his advantage. Try to be as unpredictable as possible on the weird maps.
RIskY.
I'll be so tilted.
I'm gonna demystify this whole topic. Ready?
Yeah.
RIskY doesn't have an advantage on weird maps. He hasn't played any map. So it doesn't matter which one he plays on. He has equal experience across all of them. EPIC will have vetoed most of these maps. He'll have less experience on these maps than others, and that means that RIskY proportionally has an advantage on weird maps.
Yeah, but he still has played less games than EPIC on them because he hasn't played any games on them. At least EPIC's gonna play.
RIskY says sunglasses marine emoji. We out here banning the standard skill-based map. None of that in this series. Hell yeah.
Come on, calling Post-Youth skill-based is one hell of a take.
He didn't ban Post-Youth.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he banned the standard skill-based maps. We're left with the ones that require 0 skill.
You think?
The scam maps.
I'm not sure. I feel like, I don't know, like it is going to be one hell of a series. Okay, EPIC is back here in progress. And I think we are going to head up into our second game on Site Delta.
Thoughts on Site Delta, quickly? In
Pretty
12
standard,
words or less?
It's bad for 12.
No, exactly 12 words.
No, bad for 12, bro. I don't know how many words that is. These are. Have you ever tried to actually have a sentence, a precise number of words?
Yeah, it's a good skill to have.
Probably
not in your second language, but
yeah. Oh wow, bullying the guy that doesn't speak English, very nice.
Oh, I messed up. I was meant to ask them to fix the colors. Listen, I am colorblind.
Okay.
So if you have a problem with the colors, then get at me, and I'll.
Have you considered, skill issue?
I'm also there are different types of colorblindness. So that was actually not a good point for me to make. I'll fix them after this game. We are playing in the pink, as always. Though I need to ask him to switch to plain red next time. Is RIskY taking a quick lead in this series?
Yeah. And the top left side, we have the monster, the beast, Mr. Iba here, who's gonna show us some high quality gameplay.
I'm hoping so.
Wait, you're colorblind,
yeah.
And you're asking to put red.
Yeah, it's more clear, like red and blue versus red and pink.
I guess that makes sense.
I promised someone in Twitch chat said. I promise.
Wait, you promised someone on Twitch to change the colors for them?
He asked if there's someone in Twitch chat asked if I could change the colors. I'm sure that's what happened.
Once again, we are gonna head into a standard opening for both players so far. 16 hatch, followed by 18 gas, 17 pool. The most standard opening you can have. You know, I hyped up the early games, and now we're gonna get like 5 standard games.
Did I make this one with Game Heart on? I feel like I didn't.
I have no clue.
I feel like I didn't do that.
What difference does it make?
There's a nice like thing that pops up that tells you how many drones have died.
You can just press Ctrl R, no?
Oh,
the one in the bottom.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's okay. No drones ever die in ZVZ.
Right?
I
hope not.
Yeah, it's gonna be roaches that are dead, so it's fine. Hopefully.
I mean, it's likely to be roaches that are dead because it's not like a super early cheese build. I mean, you can still play Ling Bane off of like a standard 3-hatch opener, so it can happen. It can happen.
It also depends how heavy they decide to go on the Ling Bane phase. RIskY is playing this very like confidently. He's not saving any larva whatsoever, getting non-stop drones and skipping lings very often.
Yeah, he did this in the first game as well.
Yeah.
Like it slightly delayed this this Ling opener.
Iba is a bit worried about those cheeky 16 pull and 12 pulls from RIskY, so it makes sense that he's holding larva.
Again, I'm interested. Like, can you actually quantify how much this advantages you? I feel like it's a very, very, very slim like margin, right?
With the way Iba is doing it?
Yeah, like Ling drone versus drone Ling.
Well,
they're only a few seconds different.
Well, depending how you do it. If you do it correctly, you pull out of minerals to get on gas, so you delay the ones on minerals. Then it's like maybe 10 minerals, 15 minerals at most, so not big at all.
Yeah. Obviously, nice to have little leads, especially in a mirror, and especially you know when these players are so evenly matched as they are.
These leads do matter, though. Like, they're not
Yeah.
completely meaningless. There is a reason why people don't normally hold larva, and it is because there is a slight possibility of you know, like one drone is slightly quicker, and then the next one, and then the next one, and that advantage can compound if the game goes the way you want. Once again, we are going to see a very similar approach here from RIskY, completely skipping the Bane Nest and deciding instead to go for 16 Link. I wonder if he's going to get like a Bane Nest this time, or if no. He's going to play this exactly the same way as last time.
Iba, I think, got a good scout there. Does see a few more Lings coming through. His Bane Nest was in good time as well, so I'm hoping he can get some Banes on the go ASAP. There we go.
Yeah, he also has Lings already out, I feel like. And 8 more coming. So I feel like this should be completely fine with the 2 queens helping to hold the fort. What I do wonder is, does he realize...
Here, though,
this is a good position for the queens. He cannot lose them that easily.
Oh, he might still manage it if his queen doesn't get in time. Like I feel like RIskY could have killed that queen. It was on 6
hours. But it would have risked a lot. I'm not even sure it would have been worth it here for him.
Maybe a sniping a drone or 2 might go his way.
Yeah, this is... one drone going out, very well microed here by Iba, pulling back the drone. Once again, we are going to see 5 roaches here for RIskY. I have to start learning playing like this. I could finally play 3 base without a Bane Nest. But Iba this time knows about it.
Here's my thinking of RIskY's plan. You make a bunch of Lings, you kind of lose them for nothing. You bait your opponent into over-making Lings, and then you make roaches and chill at home.
Yeah, he's gonna try to defend this third here. There are 2 roaches here and 9 more coming. So I think he's gonna be able to actually defend the third. Not the greatest trade here for Iba. Who decides to... actually now it's significantly better now he gets 2 more roaches for his troubles. Yeah. I feel like Iba really adapted already. This is a much better position last time. We can see the worker count is equalized. Don't get baited by the supply. It's meaningless due to roaches inflation.
Yeah, obviously roaches inflate a huge amount. Iba going up a lot of drones now. RIskY actually adding a later Bane Nest. Does this kind of mean it's a roach Bane?
Yeah, it's gonna be a it's not getting a lair so far, and that's the biggest tell actually. The Bane Nest obviously is already pretty sketchy. Iba gets the layer and gets the early +1 this time.
Yeah, I think this +1, because sometimes it's like, oh, his +1 is delayed because he made roaches or because he forgot it or something. But I think he's deliberately not making it in this case.
There is a big problem here. Iba made a lot of drones. This is 58 workers for Iba compared to 42 from RIskY. So here there is a timing for RIskY that's really dangerous. EBA's +1 is not gonna be done. It's not gonna have a lot of roaches, and this is really
it's
sketchy.
so interesting how RIskY positions the
I feel
roaches
like
to try and
EBA
deny
knows
the scout. I think EBA knows now for sure.
He needs to get spines, probably cancel the upgrade too, or delay. I think the concession is to
I
cancel.
would do the upgrade, I think. It's only you can still get roach speed.
But I feel like the upgrade eventually comes online, while the layer itself doesn't actually do anything for you.
It hasn't cancelled either. This might be rough for EBA. This feels like a really strong push from RIskY.
There are banelings though coming out, so the links are not going to be as much of a problem. And there are a decent amount of roach, but I don't think this is enough for EBA to hold. The spine there is almost done, but not quite. Bane trades are gonna start happening, and EBA gets himself surrounded in the middle of his third. The spine does finally end up
immediately blitzed by the Bane.
Gets placed,
it's so good that there's a drone loss counter on the right hand side. We see left hand side 8 going down already. Upgrade is going to come through for EBA. Too little, too late. The supplies are surprisingly similar, and EBA still has a
but a lot of EBAs is in those 10 roaches that are not being made. So you just cannot hold it.
And drones going down to. That's a quick 2-0 for RIskY.
Yeah, this is historically how this matchup has gone. These kind of builds are the Bane, pun intended,
I'm
of
not acknowledging that one.
No, you are acknowledging. It was a great pun.
Acknowledge what?
Come on, okay, I feel like I have to get extra credit because it's a pun in my second language. No?
You yap more in English than in any other language, so I think it's a joint first language.
That's cope. That's so cope. It's just that you don't know how much I yap in Italian too.
That's true. It's probably, you call it a tie.
Yeah.
We are getting into post-youth in game 3. Post-youth is weird, but it's kind of bigger. It's long, right?
No, but but it's
the rush distance isn't that short. Isn't that long actually?
It actually is one of the shortest rush distances in Paul.
Yeah.
But this is the.
Oh, I didn't link the lobby. Sorry.
Did you make game art? Yeah. Okay. This is the Roachling Bane Lane map. This is the Roachling map. It's so annoying to play this. I don't know why this didn't get banned. I think this is the worst ZVZ map, actually.
The worst ZVZ map?
Yeah, I think it's like the most RNG dependent. This is my first ban in every ZVZ. Now, I did lose every single ZVZ I played this map. Well, no, actually. One against Xion. But still, like, this is the map that I banned the most, like, immediately. It's really hard to be consistent on this. No.
Let's see. So far, consistency hasn't really helped EBA out. Looks like it's leaning RIskY's way for sure.
Yeah.
It may be the end of EBA's LAN journey. God, I hope not be so cool to see him make a finals.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, actually, what both players are cooking for the ZVP that inevitably awaits us.
Yeah, well, at least we already know the matchup. Huh? Oh, did he change to red this time? Nice.
I did ask. I did make it. Maybe it's slightly better. There we go. We'll do it for the finals as well, I promise. Spawning in the top right, playing for Team Starcraft Improve. Up 2-0 in the series so far. In the red is RIskY.
Is that actually the team names?
It's so bad.
And the bottom left, playing from Team Heroes, actually, we have EBA.
I feel like not on Platinum Heroes.
Not anymore? No, I'm pretty sure he's still on Heroes. He just doesn't have the tag on this account.
He's in a different one because they had to split the team.
I think it's
for
called
WTL.
Academy. Yeah, WTL.
It's not called Academy. It's called something different completely. I think it's called like Team Platinum or something, and the other one's called Platinum Heroes. It's very confusing. Don't worry about it.
I can't quite recall exactly.
There's lore there. There's something happening.
I mean, is it worse than Team Starcraft Improve?
I think so. The thing with Team Starcraft Improve, the name stuck so much. I think it's like ironic. I think it's like a meme name.
No, I think it's no. I disagree. I feel like this is one of those things where it starts off as like a random clan of lower league players, and then some of them become 6Ks. But like 10 years later, you know what I mean?
Maybe. But I think
that's how Platinum Heroes started too.
Platinum Heroes, I thought everyone was in Platinum.
Yeah.
Like EBA.
That's why it's losing to RIskY.
I mean, it was,
fun fact,
inevitable. Yeah?
Fiant almost took him up of Serral on this map.
Okay.
That's how inconsistent this map is. Because you can't really like...
We can talk about the map a bit, because once again, it's standard opening.
Yeah.
There's gold minerals here. And this is kind of like a freebie pocket base. It's quite hard for like because this is a mineral wall. It's hard to like bust this down. It's not like it's rocks or something.
Yeah.
You can kind of like wall the top, and we're seeing RIskY. Oh, sorry. We're seeing RIskY put his pool at the top of the ramp here to kind of wall this a little bit.
Yeah.
There's also gold here, So sometimes you can not take this base, which is only half gold, and instead take this base, which is full gold, but then it's super exposed. This feels like int in ZVZ.
It isn't.
There we go.
But if you get away with it, it's great. There was like a bunch of theory crafting around this, and I'm not sure what the consensus was. So the problem is like so hard to hold.
Yeah.
Usually it just gets busted down and then you lose the game. But it also means that your opponent has to bust it down. Like you cannot let that go through. You have to like contest it. So for some players that really feel more comfortable in an active situation, that has been a godsend.
It's interesting, isn't it? The third, like the obvious third, is this kind of forward natural location.
EPIC is going 2 bases. He played 4 queen and went into a quick clear. This is definitely not the... Oh, he's playing 3 queen, sorry. Miscounted.
Yeah.
This is definitely not the standard build that we are more used to. So we actually see some innovation. This is, I'm assuming, is gonna be some kind of roach pressure.
Roach or an Evo chamber.
Could also be 2 base muta, to be fair. This map is not bad for it.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a huge amount of sense because there's I guess there's a decent amount of gas, and then it's
the same amount of gas as any
yeah,
map,
but you have like slightly more mineral income. He is getting an Evo chamber, which kind of leans me towards mutas, but then he took this gas and then didn't take it.
You will get one either way. We'll see. It's finally gonna get a 3rd gas. Well, so far this looks like roaches, honestly.
I think roaches.
But this like is such a late roach warren if you're trying to get you know, roach speed. Getting this roach warren is so late. So maybe this muta.
Do you think this is fake then?
I'm not sure actually.
He has enough gas that he could cancel this and go straight into Spire.
I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Oh yeah, it is a Spire. Okay. Because there was like the roach warren timing doesn't make any sense with this league, right?
Yeah.
You want to coordinate them so you get roach speed as fast as possible.
So he's got +1 coming through. This is
completely
fake.
fake.
This is fake. Yeah. So it's if RIskY runs up the map, he's like, oh, this is researching its roaches.
Yeah. It's also possible that he's gonna play mutant into roach, in which case this is actually not fake.
Yeah.
Well,
we're looking at rocks for some reason. Either going to save that Overlord by morphing. Obviously, now that I'm saying that, I'm not sure that he morphed this in time. He might
it is in time. It's
sure?
completely
100%?
Yeah,
it definitely is.
No, not even close, bro.
Yeah, that's going to get away. RIskY going for Carapace, but it's still roaches, but Carapace first, roaches?
Yeah, this is not actually as bad as you might think.
But I was nearly certain that Carapace doesn't change the maths on roach first.
+1 does.
But then +2 doesn't?
You know, and I was like, okay, there's no reason to ever get +2. And then I talked about this with Serral. I was like, no, there are situations in which +2 is kind of good, and I haven't quite understood which ones.
Well, the maths kind of breaks because in Roach versus Roach it affects nothing, but then eventually you start making lurkers or hydras or something, and then the math starts to change again,
EPIC is switching to melee upgrades and link speed.
Yeah, I noticed this, so I feel like it's...
I don't know why he didn't get the link speed upgrade directly.
Oh yeah, he could have this done already if he didn't just...
maybe not done, but much further.
Do you think it's telegraphed now?
Yeah, no, now it's...
What about when he sees the Spire? Do you think he knows
No,
then?
but he saw the 4 gases and the link speed.
And the link speed.
Yeah, like,
he already knew.
Yeah, but it's fine. The roaches are out already. Sorry, the mutas are almost out already. He already committed to quite a number of roaches. RIskY, that is.
I didn't see what he cancelled, but RIskY went straight into Spire.
Maybe a Evo? Maybe a second Evo cancelled?
Could be. Maybe a Hydra then. Doesn't make any sense.
No way cancel Hydra then to me. No way.
So the first mutas are going to come out. There's not a huge number here because it's only 2 base. It's going to take a while for this flock to build up. RIskY's muta defense is really good because he's played a lot against Figaro, a lot against AC, so I'm not expecting him to take a huge amount of damage, but I feel like there was not much point for Eva to keep playing Roach when that hasn't been working for him previously.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about mutas, as we all know, obviously, is that you don't necessarily have to do damage directly. It's unfortunately not that easy to defend mutas. There is a lot of pressure that you have to account for, and even there is a lot of indirect damage. Have you noticed how many spores RIskY had to get? And here EPIC gets a jump on top of the queen. There is a spore coming. I feel like he should focus the spore actually.
Queens go down. I feel like none of them quite had enough energy for transfuse.
Oh, but now the mutas can now sit between bases, and there are not enough queens from RIskY to actually defend this position. This might be very annoying, but so far I don't see how EPIC uses this. Maybe kills the spawning pole?
Eva just sniped a creep tumor that was at the top here, so this creep is going to really recede, which obviously favors him quite a lot.
This is so annoying to play against if you're RIskY.
It's rough. There are Corruptors on the way, so it kind of has a bit of a half-life here.
Yeah, but Corruptor put you on a timer. Scoraptors actually get outscaled by Mutas. So
yeah, and also the Mutas can kind of always stay away. They're always faster, so
yeah,
they're obviously very defensive and then eventually aggressive, but it's not like you can kind of chase the Mutas down ever.
Yeah.
You have to play quite conservatively as the Corruptor player to make sure they're not
quite
out
a
of
number of Mutas have gone down from the spore on the right. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, only the two. Corruptor's out. Even needs to keep running away, no? He can't really sit here and trade.
I don't really know why he decided to trade there with the Corruptors. Iba did put himself ahead, at least in workers, jumping up to 52. And he does have now a third, probably going to look for a fourth very soon.
More Mutas on the way as well is really interesting.
No, that's the play against Corruptor.
You think?
Yeah. Because your opponent is playing Roach Corruptor, he has to spend his gas in Corruptors and Roaches.
Right.
And also the minerals are more expensive for Corruptors. You should always be ahead in economy as the Muta player, so this can only work if the Corruptor player has a lot more economy for some reason. Otherwise, I feel like just infinite Muta.
I'm starting to like Iba's spot in this game.
Yeah,
I'd be
this is
keen
looking
to see
a lot better
RIskY
than
going
last
for like infestors or something to try and
I
break
also
away
really
a
like
little
this
bit.
play by Iba. He's switching
Back
back
into
to full Roaches.
Yeah, which is why I was confused about why he made like just a few more Mutas. But this Muta flock is a little bit bigger, and it's like just like that tiny bit scarier.
Yeah.
And it's only like a little bit more gas. So it's only delayed his +1 and his
It could
roach
also
speed
be just
slightly.
indecision. But now the problem is, because like RIskY is also getting that +1 Carapace air, RIskY is committing so hard to the air fight. There are so many Corruptors.
And this actually, yeah, it's a really good point, is the advantage of not playing Corruptors.
Yeah.
After all of the Mutas have died, the Corruptors are spared. Like, they can't really do anything in the rest of the game. They can be annoying and go and like spray on buildings and like snipe overlords, but then you just A-move with a bunch of roaches and the Corruptors just have to sit
This is
and
actually
watch.
the scariest moment for Iba here. The float of Corruptors is pretty noticeable. And if he does lose the Mutas very quickly, while it's not necessarily the end of the world, as we stated, he might lose a hatch to the corrosive spray.
But he also has a huge number of roaches, and if he can just get across,
I don't think RIskY actually saw them.
Yeah, I think he has.
Oh,
he
and
needs to run
committing
here.
to more six more Corruptors.
That's
I think this
really
is over.
good.
I think the game is over.
I don't know why RIskY is doing this, because he hasn't, like, this Mutaflock hasn't grown at all.
I don't think he noticed.
He didn't notice the roaches. The roaches are now coming across. So RIskY needs to switch gears completely into roaches, but he's invested so much into Corruptors.
There is no way he can defend this. Like 22
Two
Corruptors.
Pointless Corruptors. He has 4 roaches total.
Yeah.
This is GG. Whether he wants to admit it yet or not, it's over for RIskY.
Completely over. There is no way you can defend this. Very well played here by Iba, finally showing something very interesting. Who would have thought that post-youth was going to be the bane of RIskY? I bet he's regretting not banning this
Golden Aura, yeah, he's like, I shouldn't have let post-youth through.
Maybe
he's going to play it out, so
bad,
he can kill all the mutants up here. He's not going to lose many Corruptors, this sort of thing, and if it cut spores really hard. So he's going to get mega supply blocked, and then his buildings are going to get sprayed down. But yeah, like you said, his army never dies. RIskY's going to go for a base trade. Is there a hatcher here?
Yeah, 5 Mutas from RIskY knows that eventually it can clean it up. But this is where like the +1 Carapace instead of +1 attack air also starts to make sense, right? Like it starts to be really bad for RIskY. Because it's going to eventually mean that the Mutas are also much slower in killing roaches. And they're already so slow, it takes forever. You know, there's like, you can kill a couple of bases. I think he did. Yeah, 2 bases. No, wait, did he actually kill any base of Ibas?
No, he didn't spray these down yet.
I wonder why he didn't do that. And GG gets called.
He was looking like he was trying to force the like base trade, and he was kind of expanding to the south of the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
At some point, it's copium. Yeah, I keep standing on the cable, and then you go like this.
Yeah, because like there is a... never mind. Guys, trust me, there is an annoying cable here.
Game number 3 is going to be on Ghost River.
No, it's game number 4.
Game number 4 is going to be on Ghost River.
That's another very sketchy
I meant
map.
win number 3 for RIskY. Have you not read the script? This whole thing is scripted. You didn't know?
No. I think I read the wrong one. I think I read the one where Iba wins.
Oh.
Because we had both, you know how movies have multiple scripts, variations, and only one is like the final cut. And then that one actually gets cut again.
Yeah, when we edit it down.
Yeah, that's why there's like director cut. That's the actual movie as it was meant to be seen. And then the one that goes in the movie theaters, it's like heavily cut, like 1 hour, for some reason.
We are already going. I'm getting well good at this, making the lobby, getting in. Because what we're doing is having massive delays. Because I would sit and wait for the thing to go around, and it would give us like really unhelpful error.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to be like, okay,
and
sorry,
you
I
didn't
can't
figure out
join.
it's like this account's problem or this PC's problem?
I think I need to. Well, we needed to restart the client, but we never got a chance. But if I make the lobby, it's fine. So we were just doing that.
Yeah,
I make the lobby. I have all the power. I turn Game Heart on. I get all the credit.
Game Heart on.
Whoa!
Another
It's a
second
conspiracy.
fun. Oh, both players are not gonna 12 pull here.
On Ghost River?
Okay, the best. This is the best 12 pull map. Oh, Iba is gonna blind counter a 12 pull. He's gonna open 15-15 here. He is afraid of the 12 pull. He knows. This is the best 12 pull map in the map pool. The rush distance is just so short, and Iba doesn't want to take any risk with the match point on the line. And this is why best of 5 is actually paying off here for Iba, as I said.
Yeah, we were more than happy to switch to a best of 5. This is like the consolidation match. Just decides who goes to the finals. So
yeah.
It does pay to have it like not get decided. It would have already been over. It would have been a 2-0 risky.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really glad that loser back was mostly best of 3s.
Yeah, it always delays us, and everyone always complains that it's not best of 5s, and we're like, it's got to be best of 5s, because otherwise, like, we have to be on stage and not that much longer, and it's like.
No, but also I don't know if I could have like gotten another map against Raza. There's only so many cheeses that I can do in GVT, you know. My illegal luck points are gonna skyrocket, bro.
That is the epic line effect. So if you're sitting at home wishing you had just a few more illegal luck points, head down to Kettering Convention. You yourself are not British, Lorenzo.
It's so much fun. I was a bit skeptical, I'm gonna be honest, because it is very far away, right? And who knows where Kettering is? Has anyone ever heard of Kettering? I promise you, it's impossible that anyone has ever heard of it. And I was a bit skeptical. And yeah, and like someone, I'm not gonna say, actually, he did ask me to shout out to Zen.
Oh, he did, yeah, I can confirm. He said right before the game.
Shout out to Zen. He's like, no, you gotta come. You're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. And I did decide to end up coming here. And it was a lot of fun. I'm very glad I did. And you guys should also do that. That's all. Like, all of this thing is to say this.
I want to clear something up. Because I always say on stream, like a few times a stream, oh, you should come. But it's not like, because I want money or something. I don't get more money the more people come. I don't get any money, so don't worry about it. But it's because it's so much fun, and I really want, like, more people come down, the better it is. I think we have like 28-something people here. There's a big Osu crowd. They're sitting next to us, so I have to say that, so they overhear it.
Yeah.
Their little ears prick up, and they quiver with excitement. And they had just had their stage finals. It looked like so much fun. They had so many people. So come down, sit in the crowd. You can spectate. You can come and work production.
Fun.
You can come and play in the tournament.
There's also a tournament for lower level players. So like the whole event is staged for so everyone gets to have fun. The whole 3 days of the event. It's a lot of fun. It's a blast, and you guys should comment. And now this is actually the non-standard map here. Iba is gonna play once again 2 base.
So do you think you have to play 2 base if you open 15-15?
Not necessarily, but it is more.
It's more restricted. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. There is a significant restriction on playing 15-15. Now this is not actually bad. This is the build that I was talking about. Well, a variation of this is gonna be the build I was talking about that Xion played. Got a game of me and Figaro. It's a Serral build. It's really not bad. Like, it plays quite well.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain the kind of idea of the build. What's the plan?
So the idea of the build is that you have a faster layer and a more or less equally time +1. And that's only if they cancel link speed. Otherwise, your +1 is also faster. So you hit with a quick roach attack. But the roach attack itself doesn't actually need to do any damage. It only needs to buy enough time so you can actually drone your turn, which you take much later. So normally the problem with 2 base openings is that your opponent takes a third, a slightly more drones, which we are gonna see now. RIskY probably go.
But if they have like even one more drone, they're technically just outmining you, and it's like you're just at a slight
but they usually, like, the sweet spot is to go around 50-ish workers, like 48 to 50, which is what RIskY is gonna do. And this is a significant advantage. So Iba will need to equalize this. I don't like the fact that he forgot roach speed. That's bad.
It's just so delayed compared to when his lair finished.
Yeah. And this is bad because the whole point of this build is
that
that
you
advantage.
Attack and go through the middle with a really fast roach speed timing.
Now, this is really good on this map at the very least.
Yeah, because the Russian's so short, you can just two creep tumors almost, and you're at the opponent's third.
Yeah. So that, as we were saying, this is their map, and Iba, as stated, is gonna drawn out of this. But his attack is very, very meh. So I'm not liking this position from Iba at all. I guess he's just gonna play it out. He's gonna start making roaches himself, and now play the opposite, where he is the one 5 workers ahead. But the problem is that now RIskY is gonna have equal economy, because he has mined more for a while. So he can, even if it's down 5 workers, he's gonna have the same. And now it's completely even, and more roaches. So that's really sketchy.
And I think his +2 is gonna be slightly quicker.
Yeah, but that's not the end of the world. So like, see, both of them are +1. He actually gets it faster. Like it's very rare that like +2 times of.
I think RIskY's going for an attack even. I think as soon as his roach speed finishes up, and it is, slightly like, but
this is
very,
kind of
very
ideal position
delayed.
for him. He has to cancel that second upgrade to get more roaches here. It is the ideal position because he's only 7 workers ahead, but I don't know if it's enough to actually hold it.
Yeah, RIskY has like a 15 supply advantage. Let's see how he can do with the queens and the rally. Yeah, and me. He needs to get some bios out. RIskY dies on top of the Ravagers straight away.
Very good micro from RIskY. Focusing those Ravagers, and I think he's just got it.
Yeah, Ravs and Queens going down so fast.
Wow.
Eva will have rallies from his hatches, but yeah, you can see the snowball already coming into effect as RIskY dives on top.
Now it's really...
You hate to see it.
Oh no.
I am so sad.
Well, I guess you got closer to the actual prediction.
Shake hands. There you go.
Like
your hands are incredibly cold.
Yeah, I always have terribly cold. The UK is cold, mate.
This is true. I cannot promise we'll have good weather.
Yeah,
Eva, I feel like, will be kicking himself for that one. Sorry, I'm going to talk about the game. Eva, I think, will be kicking himself for that one. I don't know. What can you say?
I feel like this one was sloppy. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, sloppy is the right way to say it.
Yeah, no offense to Eva here. Like, I don't think the plan was necessarily the worst. I think it was solid, especially with the possibility of 12 pull being so prevalent in this specific map. But if you play this and you already know you're a bit behind from the start, you have to play to your advantage. You have to get that quick +1. You have to get that quick roach speed. You cannot just, you have to get a way earlier third.
So it's like you go in with the plan. You're like, here's the plan, and then you do half of the plan. You're not gonna have like. The opener doesn't make sense without the closer. And if you only execute the opener and then you don't actually follow through and finish like, all of the finish the full plan, then the opener is not as good as any other opener, basically.
Yeah, and the other thing I have to unfortunately point out is the fact that while it's normal to get slightly more supply block when you're playing 15-15 because of how the build works. In this game, Hiba did get quite supply block quite a bit, like 2 minutes. Now, out of those 2 minutes, 13 seconds will be the normal one, like in a
an optimal
16 notch.
Okay.
And a 15-15, I think, is around 45-ish seconds.
So there's like another minute and a bit of supply block for no reason.
Which means that he has like a solid 40 seconds more of supply block compared to his opponent. And that really snowballs.
It's so punishing in these mirror matches,
especially on a short map.
On a short map, where like there's the snowball effect. You're playing with the same tools, so every tiny mistake affects you so much more. Your comeback is so much weaker. A sad time for Eva for sure. We are now. I'm going to explain what's going to happen next, and I'm going to message Indy after this to explain what's going to happen next. We are now going to pack down our setup up here, upstairs in the Kettering Convention Centre, as we move downstairs for the grand final. Your finalists are Geralt and RIskY. Geralt will start this series with a 1 map advantage because he came through the upper bracket.
Actually.
Yeah, and it is a rematch of that.
3-0.
Finals of the upper bracket. So we call that the finals of the upper bracket, and then that's the grand finals. And RIskY won the lower bracket grand finals. So he enters the grand finals, but he has a 1 map disadvantage. Here's how it's going to go down, guys. It's currently 8:35 here in the UK. We are going to pack down up here, move everything to the stage, which is downstairs in the Kettering Convention Centre. We might also move Twitch channels. I'm pretty sure we will be on twitch.tv/EPICLAN.
Really?
But we might also be here on twitch.tv3. I'm going to have a word with somebody. So we will be between 30 minutes and an hour.
Least sketchy Epic Land finals.
Okay, it will be on EPIC43.
Okay.
But we will also be on the... Okay, that's good, cool. So you can stay on this channel and hang out with the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah.
Or you can go to twitch.tv/epicland.
Which also is going to
we'll be on there.
Yeah.
I'll be myself casting, so long as my voice holds up. And good friend Bollard here with the grand finals.
I mean, if he dies, I can substitute. No.
Don't... Is that a threat?
No, X is going to substitute you, most likely, yeah.
So we will be over on the big stage. It's really a lot of fun. You can get food and come sit down. Everyone hands out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the British cuisine is really, you know.
Listen.
Okay, one day, guy, if you know me personally, if you're a friend of mine, ask me in DMs. What about the British cuisine?
Okay, that's fair. We will be downstairs back in some amount of time, minimum half an hour, but maybe pushing 45 minutes. Depending. Basically, I'll explain. Here's how it works.
We'll try our best, though.
We're doing all the esports. So it's OSU. I count OSU as an esport. Is it OSU an esport?
Yeah, of course it is.
OSU is an esport. OSU. Then it's Overwatch. You can you see through that door? You can see the top of the Overwatch screen.
I actually can.
Apparently some people still play Overwatch. Who knew? Overwatch 2 is happening now. They're always overrun. So then we have to run in and we set up when they finish.
Yeah.
And then we play Starcraft on the stage. I'm pretty sure CS is tomorrow. But there's also CS and there's also Valorant. So it's all the esports. Games, if you care about any of those games, feel free to come down. You actually were hanging out with the OSU folks. That was cool.
Yes. I played OSU for so long, like a long time ago. And so many of the old content creators were here. It was like a dream. I didn't expect. I didn't know this at all.
So come to Everland. You never know who you might bump into. The next one will be in February. For now, from us, thank you for tuning in and hang around. We'll be back for the grand final shortly. Anything you want to plug?
Sub to all things real time on YouTube.